Let's talk about tables in Excel. Now, just because somebody has added a border, put some pretty colours on, and switched the autofilter on, doesn't mean something it's a table. A table is a way of grouping together, kind of keeping all our data in one place and holding it. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up a little spreadsheet and we're going to make it into a table. I'll show you how easy it is, and then I'm going to show you over the next few videos what to do with that table. So let's start with Excel. Now I've typed in some headings here. Let's just have a look. I'm just going to widen the column so you can see them. So I'm using this. Maybe I want to track prospective contacts, and I want to keep records of these details. So I put my column headings in, and this is my starting point when I create a table. And for some reason a lot of people struggle with this. Your column headings need to be meaningful. So you see here I've got a couple of date ones here, date of contact, date of first booking. So they've got to be really specific, because otherwise how are you going to know what the column is about? If you call it date, what does date mean? Start date, end date, date of what? Likewise, the contact last name and contact first name. Again, I've been very specific there, and that means that allows me to sort in alphabetical order, because we might have a contact, and I know Bob's my contact, but I can never remember Bob's surname. And that way I've got his last name and his first name separate, so when I need to contact Bob I can find him easily. So this gives you something to think about before you start. And maybe I should have started with this in the first place. When you do your Excel spreadsheets, plan them. And it's a bit like if you ever make a cake and you get all your ingredients out ready so you don't have to go searching through the cupboards. Why don't we do that in our spreadsheets? Plan it. Work out what you're going to put in. How's it going to work? What column headings do you need? Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a first line of data in. So at the moment all I've done is type some data in. So we're going to put Bob in, and Bob's surname. There we go. And his company is BOBS, Bob's, and his phone number. A little tip here, actually, if I'm putting text in, I'll sometimes put an apostrophe at the beginning, so then I can put a 0 in and it doesn't lose the 0. There we go. Okay, area of business, let's say production, and we're going to put today's date in. Let's put a date in. Right, here we are, there we go, 22, and then let's say the date of the first booking was 1st of the 11th, 22. Okay, so there we go. So I've got the first bit of information in, and notice I haven't left any blanks. So when you put your data together, there's no blank rows, no blank columns. That is so important, and it's a mistake that people make at this point, and then it affects their data, their formula, everything else. So labelled headings, no blank rows, no blank columns. Let's make it a table. All I need to do is I need to just go up to the Format as Table button. That's there. There is a shortcut there, Control T. You can try that if you like, and choose a pretty colour. I quite like the banded rows where you have like the light and the dark. So I'm going to go for this medium one in the medium section, and I'm going to go for blue and choose OK. Okay. Now that has done three things. That has put some filters on. I didn't put those on. And it's also changed the colour. We talked about that. And also the end of the data. Here, I'll put a logo there for you. There we go. The end of the data is shown. Now, that's really important, because I said to you at the beginning, a table in Excel is for grouping information together. That's what it's doing. It's keeping all this together. This set of data is one thing, and if I reorganize it, it's still going to be one data set. So that's really important. Now I'm going to put another record. So let's put in. So we're going to have Joe, and put in Joe Jones. Okay, make up his company. So okay, Okay, right, there we go, put the company in. Now what you might have noticed happening, because you're a very observant lot, is the bottom right hand corner, that little bookend shape has moved to show the end of my data. So it will move as I add information on it. That's why we're using tables. So I could just go through, put in the rest of my information. I could also put in another column. So let's go into I'm going to put in another column. So let's have a column for comments or notes. Press enter and look what happens to that bookend. So when I add the comments, there we go. It's automatically grown and it's encompassing everything in that table format. It's holding it all together. So a couple of key things: if you're entering data, put in your headings, make your data into a table, and don't leave any blank rows, any blank columns. So as a result of watching this, you want to go and have a play around, create your own spreadsheet. You could copy what I've put in, see if you can get it to work. Thanks very much for watching, and come back or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, because we're going to be doing a few more bits on tables, and hopefully by the end of it you should be able to do a few things with them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like our videos.